The crypto market has been extremely volatile over the last few weeks, and we've seen Bitcoin hit new all-time record highs. Ethereum has also been rallying quite a bit, and so now I've been shifting my focus into smaller cap altcoins because in every single market cycle, we see Bitcoin rally first, then Ethereum, then smaller cap altcoins. So right now I've been focusing a lot on the less than $50 million market cap projects, and I actually just recently bought 35,000 Quai tokens. Symbol is QUAI. I own it on MEXC, but it is available on a number of different top exchanges like MEXC, Gate, Bitmart, LBank, and a few others. It's around a $25 million market cap, and Quai is one of the most impressive layer one cryptos in my opinion. If we're looking at their ecosystem right now, there's a lot of exciting things going on. In terms of their ecosystem, we can see that they already have dozens of projects that are building and on their ecosystem already. And in terms of just the blockchain, they have 31 million total transactions, 65,000 wallet addresses. So even though this is a under the radar project, they have real people using it every single day, millions of transactions that have already taken place, and projects building on their blockchain. So that is what I look for in a smaller cap project, and that is why I do own right around 35,000 Quai tokens. So for those of you who aren't familiar, Quai is ultimately a scalable layer one solution that adheres to proof of work principles, and it also enables high throughput smart contract execution. So this is something that's very important because Quai Network is ultimately trying to realize like Bitcoin's original intent, which is a decentralized peer-to-peer electronic cash system while incorporating programmable features that we see with Ethereum. And so if we look at their website, they talk all about this. They say rebuilding currency with a new financial system, a new world. And ultimately what they do and how they're standing out is that they are already seeing over 50,000 transactions per second. They have smart contracts on a pure proof of work consensus, and they don't rely on layer 2 solutions. So they are trying to do a lot of exciting things in the crypto space. And if we take a look at their documents, we can see how they say Quai Network is a next generation blockchain that merges the security of proof of work with unprecedented scalability. And at its core, Quai introduces 3 breakthrough innovations. Proof of entropy minima, which is a consensus mechanism that eliminates block contention and enables instant finality. They have merged mine hierarchy, which allows Quai to scale state processing without dividing mining power while creating optimally organized subnets. And the third is energy-based currency, which is Chi, the world's first decentralized dollar tied to the cost of energy. And so you can see all the details of their network, the technicals of it, if you're into that sort of stuff, but we're going to keep this pretty high level, but I'll put a link into their documents down below. But if we look at their tokenomics, we can see a few key things really stand out. They have 2 main tokens on their ecosystem as part of their ecosystem. And you can see that most blockchains have a single token that tries to serve multiple purposes. But with Quai, they have Quai, which is the digital gold, EVM compatible deflationary token designed as a store of value, has a limited supply, which creates scarcity and potential appreciation, perfect for savings, investments, and long-term wealth storage. But they also have Chi, which is the energy dollar, stable token linked to the cost of energy production, UTXO based, with cash-like privacy properties, and ideal for everyday transactions and unit of account. So that's something that is really, really important in my opinion, because they're using both of these tokens to help grow and really support their ecosystem. So again, if you want to see all the specific details of this 2-token ecosystem, I'll put a link in the description so you could check all of that out. But now let's take a look at some of the things going on with their roadmap and what they have planned for moving forward. So in terms of Quai Network, you can see on their website, they talk all about things they have moving forward and a little bit of background about their ecosystem. You can see they have a very engaging and intuitive website, and this is something that I really like. But if we're looking at some of the articles and some of the things that have gone on with the ecosystem, you can see that first is that they have a ton of partners. Polychain Capital, Alumni Ventures, 01 Capital, some of the biggest names in the crypto space. Not only this, but also in terms of their milestones, they talk about it in their documents and articles, but also over on X, where they have over 300,000 followers. They say, look, In terms of 2025, they have seen a lot of major catalysts. Back in earlier in the year, they had their mainnet launch on January 29th. Then they had their TGE on February 5th, which introduced the Quai token and the Chi token to the market. And then we also saw a lot of major partnerships with companies that are investing, but also we saw projects launched on their ecosystem. If we look at their ecosystem, they have Quai Battle, Quai Miners, Margin X, Quai Mark, Ice Cream Swap, and a lot more. So you can keep an eye out on all these things. Moving forward, they've also talked about big things coming up. One of these is going to be their Kraken listing, because Kraken is a major exchange. And with this, they talk about it on their roadmap. And so with this up and coming listing, which they have announced back in May, they say it's supposed to happen in September. They say it's imminent for September. This ultimately is going to boost U.S. liquidity, institutional access, and it's going to lead to more partnerships like they already have. They already have these major partnerships with Polychain Capital, Alumni Ventures, 01 Capital, and I think with them listing on Kraken in September, that's going to bring a lot more money, institutions, and projects into their ecosystem. So you could see all of that just by following them over on X. In terms of partnerships, they've also recently announced just the other day a partnership with Tangem Hardware Wallet. They said we're partnering with Tangem to bring you secure self-custodial cold storage solution for Quai, and you decide how it looks. It says check out the 2 exclusive wallet concepts we've created and cast your vote in the poll below. So this has already taken place, but you can see they're always announcing major partnerships with other top wallets, top exchanges. And so this is something that I think is going to be beneficial for this project and can bring it from where it's currently at, around 5 cents per token, around a $25 million market cap, to potentially $1 billion project. Do 50x returns from where they're currently at. Because if you're just looking at the overall ecosystem, projects that are being built, the actual usage, if you look at their Explorer, see how many people are transacting, all the numbers are pointing towards price appreciation. Obviously, it's not guaranteed, but in my opinion, this is a project that is having a ton of people using it, ton of people transacting, companies building projects on its blockchain. And that's exactly what you want to see for a smaller market cap project. Last thing I want to talk about is going to be with their chain visualizer. So you can ultimately see this right here. It's on their website, just live.qu.ai, and you can see all the live representation and graphics of their ecosystem. You just go ahead, look at Explore the Network of the Future, click on Launch Quai, and ultimately it shows graphically, and visually, how the ecosystem works, and it has work shares that improve the overall finality over the network, and a hierarchy of chains to improve security in proof of work. You can see all the details of it. You can go from 3D to 2D. You can also go back to 3D and go to mainnet or 2x2 demo. You can see all these different modes and ways to visualize the overall ecosystem and network, and this is something that I really haven't seen with any other blockchain. So ultimately, if you're looking at Quai, it's a project symbol QUAI that's available on a number of top exchanges. They have major catalysts coming up with their listings that they say are imminent with Kraken in September. And so that's why I currently own right around 35,000 of these tokens over on MEXC. And I think this project could do some pretty big things in 2025.